Now, I'm hoping this doesn't dazzle you with all the technology, but there was one thing that I realized that I didn't explain properly in the last video. If I want to copy this page and make a duplicate, I'm going to click till I get the blue circle around it, and then copy Control C and Control V, the standard copy and paste for Windows. Now, I could also, if you're on a Mac, it's Command C, Command V. I can also set up this quick access toolbar up here, which I'll have to show you later, and do copy and paste, and you'll see extra pages go in. So it's easy for me to do that. You'll notice one of these pages is bold. It's just like email. That means that it's been modified on another machine, and I actually have my desktop running. And I'm going to do something else here where we view the authors. So once that is done, why can't I see it? We should see on the edge of the pages who's written these things. Now, in my workbooks, I have a public page where students, now on SharePoint you can set up different permissions. Again, that takes a little while to explain, but in my workplace tech, each of the students has their own page, and they are to submit their work. It's certainly much quicker for me to just click between these pages to see whether the work's done correctly than it is to open and close Word documents. So I can actually see who's made the changes on these pages. Hide authors, that should be showing, and it should show over here, so that looks like it's been done by me. If I come over to the side here, this is done by Rachel. Okay, so that's just one of the other properties here. Let's go back to our demo page. Why OneNote, we're in here now. In this hardware file, this is done on my other machine, whereas this now, or these questions here, are done by me now. Can I see it? I can't see it because it was done on this machine. Okay, we want to work through our list of reasons of why we're using OneNote. Now, I've got a massive amount of data in my general maths file. 2 years work, lots of work solutions, which in a Word document would make it so bulky that it causes all sorts of problems. Word is very buggy when the files get big. So I can have thousands of different solutions because they're each stored in a different file. By the way, when I'm working in in SkyDrive, and I made another mistake in the last video by calling my server Google Docs when in fact it's SharePoint. SharePoint being Microsoft, and this is a Microsoft product. Google Docs will not give you this facility. Google Docs is faster and better in other respects, but SharePoint is good for OneNote. Now, I'm looking here at SkyDrive, and I can see actually that any documents that I've put up here, and the videos will be up shortly, and I can see them here on my local drive, and they will sync up to the server in the background when the internet is quiet, when the traffic is quiet. It synchronizes up there. And if we go back to our web, the equations question is there. The solution 2 is not there yet, so I'm not sure exactly why that is. Let me just do one more thing. Let's go back here to OneNote, make sure it's synchronized. Yes, it is. And alright, so I'm talking and I'm not able to demonstrate that the files have gone up there. It does take a little while. Now, I can have multiple classes using the same file. The lessons are up there, they change. So let me just go back to General Maths. I have lessons folder in here. My various lessons will change and each year, whereas my actual files with the questions will remain the same each year. And I can go back here to to get to my last page. Now OneNote's like a filing cabinet, I was explaining that before. The drawer is really like the different subjects for me. Then I've got file markers. I've got an updated version of this. I've got pages within my files, and the search is very fast. Now I can use pen and ink, so obviously I can use my smart board. Students can read the lesson notes 5 or 10 minutes. Is certainly not being apparent here, but if they were working on OneNote the application, this OneNote the application is far richer than OneNote the web application. So this is the web application. Now here you cannot use a pen, but in the actual OneNote, and that's the same for those of you who've used the SkyDrive web app. Let's just go back and have a look here. If I go to SkyDrive, well, let's leave this page. Let's go to the OneNote. Let's cancel that. Stay on the page. Let's go to the OneNote demo folder. I pushed the wrong button. Yeah, right, this time we'll leave this page. If we go, now I've got an Excel document up here, which I could view in the Excel web application, or I could view it in the Excel native, the Excel application on this machine. It's taking a little while, and that's what happens with the web. Right, so in my docs I have got, by the way, we were just looking at this demo file here. Now I've gone into docs, but it's quite slow. So I might leave this for another video, but if I were to open Excel in the web application, the functionality that I would have is nowhere near as much as if I were to open it on the computer. Now I don't know why that won't open. I can view it by the names, and I should be able to go into docs. Oh, now we can, and I could open this in the web. If I just click it, I'll open it in the web application. And when I've got the web application, I've got the option to open in Excel. That was also there when I was in the web application for OneNote. And if I open in Excel, it is much more functional. I can update the data, calculate the worksheet. You'll notice these are all random numbers, so the whole thing updates. And so I can do that much on the web. You can do a reasonable amount, but not as much. Now let's go back to SkyDrive, to our SkyDrive file. I'm going to end up going right back. Alright, I think I've rabbited on enough about the different. Now obviously here are pages, here this is what's called a group, section group, and within that we have sections. Now I haven't talked too much about, that's the same information that you would get on the C drive when you open up your OneNote. It sits up there, and I've got different section groups within this folder. Now, and I have different pages. Alright, that's enough. I think, well, yeah, I've probably got time in this video to show you what happens when we capture from a website. So let's create a new page. I'm going to do screen capture, and I'm going to have I got a website open? Yes, there. Alright, Alt Tab gets me back to that page. I'm going to capture part of this screen, and it comes back not only with the screen here, but with the web reference of the screen, so I can come back years later and still figure out where this came from. Now, as well as that, I can right click on here, I can copy the text from that document, and I can paste it. So it does text recognition. It's not perfect, as you can see. Control Z. Now if there was a file in here, a word in here that we want to search, I can actually put that in the search engine and it'll find it, even though it is within an image and you wouldn't normally be able to see it. So that's quite an amazing feature of OneNote. I'll finish this one here.